Hey guys, welcome to Samco Workshop. This is Jason Samco. Today we're going to be talking about a 50,000 mile review, actually a 48,600. So almost 49,000 mile review, but I wanted to talk about these real quick. We're almost at 50,000 miles. How are they holding up? These are the Goodyear Wrangler Ultra Terrains. So we got Wrangler Ultra Terrains, and these are a 265/75/16. And so they're about a 32-inch tire, 32 1050 or something like that, I think they are. But I put these on this Tacoma brand new. So if you go to my traditional bow hunting and wilderness traditional bow hunting and wilderness podcast YouTube channel, or maybe I'll link it at the end of this or add it in, but I put these on brand new when I got it. Okay, these were put on, I took the stock ones off before they had 1 mile on them. I had the dealer switch them out. So these have got almost 50,000 miles on them. Look at the amazing tread life that is left on these. These are just incredible for 50,000 miles. They're probably, I'm going to say, 30%, 40% worn, but there is so much tread life left on those. So I mean, as you can see, they are just phenomenal as far as how they're holding up. They've been an incredible tire. Give you an example. These have got 40,000 miles on them, or I mean 50,000 miles on them, and my wife's Forerunner here with the Falcons, which is my second favorite tire, these have got 16,000 miles on them. Give you a reference and an example. 16,000 miles, and right here you can see 49,000 miles. So very impressive tire, very impressive tire. It's holding up incredibly well. I do rotate them. I try every 5,000, but realistically I skip one here and there, so let's just call them rotated every 10,000 miles. They're holding up, like I said, just phenomenal. As you can see by that tread, I mean, that's taller than my pinky is in there. You know, that's a lot of life left into these, you know, into these tires here. So I'll bet they could probably go, I'll bet I'll get 80,000 miles out of these before they're worn to where I'm going to want to replace them or need to replace them. I'll probably replace them next year, probably after this hunting season and stuff. I'll probably put some new ones on when they're, you know, probably about 70,000 miles on them. But 70,000 miles out of these, and like I said, you could probably get 80 or 90, I'm guessing. Because they are just, they're holding up phenomenal. But that's been a lot of off-road, a ton of off-road and a ton of highway miles. And the other thing you got to take into consideration too is I'm down here in Georgia. Okay, down here in Georgia, we have these 9500 degree days, and that blacktop is super hot. Heat is the biggest killer of tires on the durometer. It's what beats them up really bad is when they get hot and they get overheated, they start to melt a little bit and you know, soften up and get chewed up. Down here, it's way worse than it was when I lived in Michigan. The roads are much hotter down here, and yet they are still holding up that well. It's just incredible. I'm super impressed with them. I can't ask for anything more. The off-road performance of these tires is right on par with these. I would put them both about the same. Falcon Wild Peak and that Goodyear Wrangler Ultra Terrain, very similar, very similar. I can't really notice a difference, and I had those Falcons on a lot of different trucks, so I can't really tell the difference between these, but these are also much more affordable. When I put these on here, I looked at those, and these were like, I don't remember, they were like 350 bucks more for 4 tires, about $350 more to put 4 of these on my Tacoma versus putting these on, so I thought I'd try these. Plus these had a 1/16 more of tread height in them stock from factory, or 2/16 or something, I don't remember, but they are absolutely incredible tire. I've been very happy with them, especially for the money and the cost factor. They clear out mud pretty decent. They're not great, but at least you get mud buildup on the inside because of this double lug system here. You'll get some mud that'll build up on these, but these outside ones clear out pretty good and then re-give you your traction, so they work very well in the mud. You know, where here you're a little wider all the way through, but when these do wear down lower, they do get a little bit noisier. I have not noticed any increased noise in these, and I think it's because of that double tread pattern where you're a tighter pattern on the inside and a bigger, more aggressive pattern on the outside. I really like that concept. I'm really impressed with them, where these are more kind of the same all the way through. They're still fantastic. Don't get me wrong. These are incredible. Love that Falcon. But these ones here, they're winning me over pretty well. I'm very impressed. I have not got a flat tire in them. Never had an issue. I never do when I'm running 10-ply tires. And so, I mean, it's very rare that that ever happens anyway. But these have been outstanding. And this truck's just been, like I said, it's been beat on levels that you wouldn't believe. And they hold up really well. Now, I will say that these wider outside treads, they do grab some pretty big rocks and they will throw them. So, like, you know, if you're driving on a gravel road, you will get some pretty big rocks stuck in there and they will fling them pretty good. But that's to be expected with any aggressive AT or even a mud terrain tire. But as you can see here in my driveway, I don't have too many that are even stuck, but that's dirt. Do I have any stuck in here? No. But every once in a while, you'll get, you know, you'll get a rock that'll stick in there and you'll fling it out. You'll hear it tink, you know, that kind of thing. But I have no complaints on them. They balance well. They ride well. They're not loud. They even now wore down to 50,000 miles. They're not loud. Everything about these tires have been fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to lie. I hate Goodyear tires. I've never been a fan. Goodyear doesn't make a tire that I've liked in the past at all. None of them. I've never had good luck with any Goodyear tire. This Ultra Terrain, though, changed that. It's like I said, it's I love the squared off look of it. If you look at the tread on there, you can see it's got a nice squared off look to it. The Falcons are very similar in that. I hate when the tires are more rounded and the tread is only on the inside. You can see it's hard with the white car, but there you go. You can see I hate when they round in too much and the tread's in too much. These have got a nice squared finish to them that I really like. They look aggressive. I like the side lug design here that's on here for when you're in the sand and the snow and the stuff like that. They really do add. Falcon does something very similar on here. I'm very impressed. Like I said, they're a great tire. They air down real easy. I've only had to air them down one time when I was stuck. And it wasn't too bad, but I just dropped them down to about 20 and like I said, pulled me right out of there with no big deal. Just widened that footprint out. But just an incredible tire that served me very well for 50,000 miles. And if the price is the same, and these end up cheaper, I would go either way. I would go with the Goodyear Wrangler Ultra Terrain or the Falcon Wild Peak ATs. Either tire is going to very seriously impress me and they're fantastic. But if these come in, you know, I'm going to let price do my deciding. When it's time to replace these next year, I will let the price decide. If whichever one of these is cheaper is what I'm going to go with. But that tire, that Falcon Wild Peak, has been my all-time for the last 10 years. This has been the go-to, cannot beat it, best tire ever made, in my opinion. Straight up, non-joking. That tire is just straight up incredible. And yet this one is now right there with it and proven itself very well that whichever one of these is cheaper when it comes time to buy it is the one I'm going to buy. If the Falcons come in cheaper, I'm putting the Falcons on. If these Goodyear Ultra Terrains come on cheaper, these are what's going on. These have not failed me. They have not let me down. They have not given me one reason to be disappointed. They have not anything. And I really do like this feature, especially if you have cars or your trucks have, you know, sidewalls that don't stick out so far. See how ours, you know, see how far we got this big sidewall here, how far out this sticks? Okay, from the rim, how recessed in the rim is into the tire. See here too, same thing. See how much sidewall buffer I have for curb rash and things like that. And rocks, see how much room I have, how much tire there is buffer. Notice this lip right here. See how you got this deep inset lip on this tire all the way around? I love that about there. It just protects those wheels from any kind of curb rash, rock scraping, any of that stuff is the rim, the wheel, the actual rim is set in deep in these tires and very protected. I really like that, and I like the look of it, but I love that. Now, if we look at the Falcons, they got something kind of similar, but it's not quite as aggressive. It's not quite the same, but very nice. Here, you got that hard edge sitting it way in there deep, and I really like that. So like I said, lots of pros and cons on these tires. I don't have one con. I don't have one con whatsoever. I have nothing that I could complain about these. They hold up to the heat down here in the south really well without going bad too fast. They get excellent tread wear. Like I said, 50,000 miles basically, 1,000 miles short of 50, 49,000 miles on these, and they are just phenomenal and holding up incredible. So I got zero complaints on any of that kind of stuff. Love everything everything about them. Very happy. So there's a little 1 year, or actually 18-month review, 50,000 mile. I've owned this truck 18 months, 50,000 miles on it, and it's been a great truck. I got some complaints on Toyota that bug me that I'll maybe save for another video. There's some things that they do that did upset me, and now with the new vehicles that are coming out, when I go to buy a new one in a year or two, given the fact that all the new trucks have got that, they got a turbo motor rather than naturally aspirated like this, and so all that reliability that I have here and here are now out the window. You don't get that no more. Okay, that stuff's all gone. Hang on, we got a big truck going by. But since we've now, with the 2024 models, lost all of this perfect, dependable reliability, like I said, I might be going back to Chevy or Ford or something like that, because I like some of the things they're doing. There's some things about Toyota that pisses me off, but these tires are not one of them. I'm so happy I put these on here. They have been absolutely flawless. So there you go, a little review for you. Thanks for watching.